Good morning, my beautiful brothers and sisters. Oh, this morning, if anybody else is feeling it, let me know. The energy is magnifying. There was a lot of density in my body that was not mine. So as a psychic medium and channeler, I am proficient when it comes to alchemy, alchemizing and transmuting pain. And I do this for myself, for healing. This is how we get rid of our energetic blockages, as well as, it's all connected. They mirror the very physical blockages that we experience in life. The things that we don't quite understand that seem to stand in our way of getting to the place in life, 111 on the timer, that we want to be at. And so this message is definitely for my empaths, the ones who are tuned in and they're feeling things and maybe even not sure what they're feeling. And first and foremost, a lot of the times we're absorbing, and what we're feeling doesn't even belong to us. And so I practice muscle testing as well, as a means of confirming, like whether something is mine and whether something isn't. But chances are, if you're feeling something, you have no logical reason to be experiencing it or feeling that way. Either either way, it's an energy that's now kind of in your aura that you need to get rid of. So, it's either in your body because it's you and it's old, or collectively it's because of people around you. And for a person such as myself, I feel this on a global scale, 222 on the timer. So, at times I'm feeling feelings of the entire human race, humanity, and the energetic cycle that things are on right now. What's being magnified, what people are, what's coming up to the surface, and what we're made to feel at this time. And it comes to the surface in order for it to be released. That is the process. That is why it happens. And so the only way that we end up releasing this is by acknowledging it and feeling it. So if you're wrapped up in distractions, habits, addictions, psychological distractions, I'm talking about, codependency, low self-worth, people pleasing, that's most importantly, okay, because that's really touching home. That's where the complexity is at, 333 on the timer. And that's what it all comes down to. Everything else in our world, everything else in our life externally, it all comes down to the roots of within ourselves. And so the only way to heal the external is by healing the internal. And I woke up this morning and I was getting flooded with so much information right away. And Spirit knows that, I'm tired, I'm getting worn out. I'm doing my movement now before the sun gets too hot, because it's going to be in the 90s today. So bless you and protect you, all of you who are outside in the weather. Take lots of breaks. Drink lots of water, stay hydrated, get into the shade. I could really feel that, and this makes sense. Spirit told me this when I was in meditation before I started my walk. And so as we're getting into the heights of summer, right, and that heat is increasing, 444 on the timer, what is also increasing is the light codes that we're receiving from the divine, from our angels, from our extraterrestrials, which is all the same thing, okay? the extraterrestrials are our angels. They are our guides. They are one. And so as the summer heat moves in and the sun gains stronger, so does these light codes, okay? And this is why we're having a summer where a lot is about to happen, okay? And depending on which side of the line you're falling on, okay, it's either going to be really good things where opportunities are finding you because you've done the work, or if you're ignoring stuff, you will fall on the other side where you're going to experience tower moments. And I've been channeling both ends there. So, most importantly, what I also want to share is that we are in a very sacred time window right now, okay? So, if you have been fucking off, pardon my language, 555 on the timer, but I wish to convey how seriously this is, you know, based upon like how I feel and what spirit gives me and how I read this energy. But we are in a very small window of time right now, okay? From the new moon to the end of this month and the next blue moon, okay? This is a time of redeeming. You don't have a lot of time. You have 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, okay? And so there's this window of time where God is basically saying, like, if you have something you need to confess, if you have something that you need to speak up for, if there has been anything weighing on your chest that you need to make peace with, you need to do it now. Okay? This energy cycle is closing out at the end of this month. And after that point, whatever is done or not done is going to lock in and solidify you for the next 20 years. Okay? Something else that is coming in that Spirit wants you to be aware of is that do not get confused by your good feelings when you are around others. Okay, let me explain this. When you are around others, they are a reflection of you, okay? What you feel, what you experience, that person is mirroring it back to you. So if you're feeling wholeness, if you're feeling goodness, if you're feeling light and like you belong and you're at home, okay, the only reason, this is about the law of observation, okay? And if you look into physics, right, and science, this is scientifically proven, okay? I believe it's the electrons or particles, you know, like this is quantum. We're talking about quantum physics here. So I could be mistaken. Y'all can correct me. But this has to do with the quantum level, okay? And so what has been found out and observed is that these particles don't really interact with our reality until they are observed, which brings us back to this old saying from when we were young about, you know, if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? And that's exactly what this is about. On that scientific, on that, you know, quantum physics level, we have proof that shows molecules, they will change, they will interact. I'm back at home and I'll let the puppies out here. Oh, I can't let them out. The back door's locked. That's all right. I'll get them out in a minute. And so yeah, like I had said, with these molecules, like they react when we observe them. So it's a mirroring, okay? We have mirror neurons that are in our brain that help to make it possible for this to happen, right? We're all so just complex in a complex way, just so interconnected, and it's so divine, it's so beautiful. So what I wanted to share in that was that whatever you're experiencing, okay, it's a mirror of what is already alive inside of you. And so, and also on the opposite side of the spectrum, right? So like if you're around someone and like you're experiencing or feel like they could be jealous, they could be envious, hateful, undermining, backstabbing, like the only way that we're able to observe that, 10:34 on the timer, the only way that we're able to observe it is because those aspects already live within ourselves. So you could be finding that some things are coming up to the surface that you thought you healed or were over already, such as feelings of like jealousy, anger, envy, all that stuff that I just mentioned. And so for most of us who have done the work, we are just letting that go. It's coming up to the surface in order to be let go, in order to be released, in order to be alchemized. 11:11 on the timer. For those who are falling on the opposite end and are experiencing tower moments and have not dove into the work, 1122 on the timer, your foundation is not in a higher power or a higher faith. If these things are being mirrored to you, this is for a deeper reason of needing to look at wounds that you have, right? So that you can be set free from them. Because look, I don't care what you've done in your life, 1144 on the timer, no judgment. I forgive all of those who have tried to hurt me and drag me with them. And I know and realize that that's just a calling of someone who does not want to be alone in their pain. They don't want to be alone in their mess, and to acknowledge that and face that by themselves. And so they try to take you with them. 12:12 on the timer. And that too is a love story, but it's not one that we're meant to live. Everyone needs to face their own battles. And so if like you're really feeling it, I saw 12:22 on the timer. This is a call to get into that deeper work, to really seek the answers that you're needing. Ask people outside of yourself, talk to a professional. That way you can come back to wholeness too. Just like the rest of us, everyone is so equally deserving, but there is no easy way. You can't go around, you got to go through it. And I'm like hearing that kid's song, because I'm a mom, and it's like going on a bear hunt. That's what I'm feeling like. And like someone is going on a hunt. Like I'm seeing people who someone literally could just like be going hunting. You're a hunter and you could be hunting for, I don't know when bear season is, but hunters, trappers, my fishermen, fisher ladies. And yeah, like someone like quite literally is like they're on a mission and they don't even know what the mission really is, but they're feeling like they're having the intuitive call to, like, I don't know, just go after something or try something. And but be careful about that. Be careful. I'm gonna have some more messages coming here because I was channeling a lot still this morning with having to do with the very clear warnings in the energy right now, and what's kind of happening that a lot of us are unaware that is happening. And in no way is this meant to scare you or to bring in any fear, because we're walking away from that fear paradigm, right? Fear has been used as a tool, 1414 on the timer, to control us, to control humanity, to make us feel small, to not speak up, to not speak our truth, to not be bold about what we deserve, and on a broader scale, what that looks like, of what we deserve in community, in our world, from our government, world leaders, and in the many of ways that we're being found, that it's like society and government is just, it's restricting. It doesn't allow us to be, to breathe, to grow, to thrive. No, it's all about the status quo. It's all about the systems that have been there from the beginning of where, even school systems, they were made originally for the factories so that, the parents can work and the children are being conditioned to fall in line to keep following that status quo, 15:15 on the timer. And so, yeah, it's about standing up, because in the coming years we're gonna see a complete revamping of the way that our society is operating. It's going to be happening little by little. We may see some very big things happening, maybe overnight. All of a sudden, like I'm picking up right now, like in war. Now listen, I do not watch the news at all. I may accidentally come across some headlines, like when I'm online, but I don't ever go looking for something. I don't watch the news. I don't scroll through it. I don't read it. So I really don't know anything that's going on in the world except for, maybe what I accidentally hear of, from, word to mouth and other people. But, in the coming future, and there's something very big about the fall time this year, and a big change. And so we're going to see, there could be, like, overnight, I'm seeing like some agreements, some contracts being written up. This could be happening to you on a personal level, but then also we're going to see this reflected, because this is a mirror dimension. We're going to see this reflected out there, on a global scale, where different countries may be forming agreements and treaties. That's what I'm picking up for. There's like a closure and working together, and we're stepping into a bit of a different energy with that. Um, but yeah, I think I want to cut it there. Spirit just was like, okay, that's good for now. I will add, yeah, again, to really, really, really take care of yourself at this time. I was experiencing 1717 on the timer. Um, yeah, with all of this energy, and oh yes, oh, I just had another reminder. Thank you, Spirit. Um, Having to do with this energy, it really affects my physical body. And despite not feeling well, I kind of push just a little bit to, at least come out before it gets too warm, um, to meditate. And so if you're feeling like you're just filled with a lot, you're filled with anxiety, what I want you to try energetically is to sit with the earth. Okay, whether you're sitting there, your shoes are off, you're in the ground, you're in the grass, and you're in the dirt. And I want you to send whatever this is down into the earth. Okay, this is the mother energy. Excuse me. The earth is the mother, okay? And the mother, she just consumes, she devours whatever it is. 1818 on the timer. There's no positive, there's no negative. She has no feeling or differentiation between that. So whatever it is, just send that down to her and connect. And connect your root chakra, right? That's down at the base of us, like in our genitalia region. That's right at the base of who we are. Okay, so that's your root chakra, the color red. That is our primal energy, our sexual energy, our healing energy. And so we want to connect that really to the center of the earth. And you can use visualization, and just imagine that there is this strong golden tether, right? And don't worry if you can't even jump to that. You need some baby steps. That's absolutely normal. That's absolutely fine. Start with whatever feels closest to you to grab onto. 1919 on the timer. And that could look like and feel like, that you've just got your feet on the earth, right? You're feeling the grass in between your toes, and sometimes that's it, right? That's a goal met for day one, because we are living in a society where they're trying to, like, put it on us that it's this go go go, and over giving and self-sacrificing that is most valued. And what people are becoming awakened to and understanding is that this is not the case at all. In fact, it's ruining us, it's depleting us. We've got a lot of things coming out in the news that we almost don't want to believe is real and has been happening, but it is real. And the next message that I'm going to be creating for you with the channelings I was bringing in this morning is going to be a bit about that, okay? Without the fear, though, okay? This is 2020 on the timer. This is about building up confidence and a foundation that is based in truth, solid spiritual higher truth, so that you can be protected against these things. Because we see it on the bigger scale where there's things in the news and things that are coming out that these world leaders or people who have been made in Hollywood's light, and things of that sort. And but absolutely, this is happening on a smaller scale too, okay? As within, so without. This is a mirror reality. What happens there happens here. And so what we want to do is that we want to be informed. We want to be filled with knowledge so that we know how to be proactive, right? 2112 on the timer, those mirror numbers. You could be seeing a lot of mirror numbers where it's like 2112 or 1001, all of that stuff. But yeah, we want to be informed. Okay, we want to be in the know, because as soon as we can catch what's going on, right? As soon as we feel like something is off, then we can catch it. Or come to me and I'll help you identify, okay? Because that's my job. That's what I do. Okay, I can feel into the energy. I'm telepathic, right? I can read thoughts. Like, I'm here to help. I'm not in here to invade your privacy. I'm not here to disrespect or to judge in any type of way or any of that. I am doing God's work. I'm here to help you, and we are here to liberate ourselves. I see the I saw that bee flying around my head a bit, and then a bird. So that's confirmation for you. Um, but yes, I'm gonna be talking again soon, making another video. But take care of yourself, okay? Take it easy. Take some breaks. 22:22 on the timer. I was feeling a lot with heart palpitations. It was hard to breathe, feeling weighed down in the chest. So get out into the ground, send that down to the mother, and so you can release it. 22:33 on the timer. I love you.